are we? Just bring myself in there so that we know what we're doing. Hope you are all okay. Thank you for joining me on this quiet Monday evening. Right, as you can see, we'll get straight into it. For those who haven't seen this before, I'm not going to say this at the start of everyone. You can go back and watch the couple I've done, but this is part of our plans as we progress to moving FTS over the next couple of years to an online service in a way reducing the need on Excel, enabling you to access and run systems and do things online on a browser from anywhere. And the first part that we're close to completion of is the in-play tool. So basically it gives us the match information. We've got a feed of the minute time. We've got a feed of the score. We've got the XG of our model from the FTS advanced sheets. And basically from that model and the score and the time, what people would rephrase in other services, a game state, we calculate when we've had games in that situation before in our XG bands, and they're all different. They're all, if I just click on one, you'll see they're all different bands that we've built in. Often there's been another goal or two goals, and we've got that figure is the top figure, and then we've got the Betfair price below. There'll be about a 10-second delay in the Betfair price between what you're seeing. So you might be seeing 1.36, 1.37, something like that here, where we're seeing 1.33 half time. It should be about right. But if we take the Celta Vigo game, got the goal markets up from 0.5 right through to 4.5. Every game has had a goal, so there's no markets open for 0.5. Obviously, the games that have had more than one goal, so Young Utrecht, we've got nothing. Young PSV's 3-0, so the next market's over 3.5. And that's basically how it works. Green squares are showing us where there's a bit of value, and red squares are showing us where there isn't value. The live will look at laying systems and things and reverting it to lay odds. That's sort of in the pipeline. It's built on backing a goal or 2 goals or 3 goals or 4 goals if you want to. Forward. Good evening to all of you. Good evening to Ken, Nitesh, Philip, Ian, Andy, Chazza, Mark Manfield. Hope you're well. Ian Cowan, Dave Cass, Ian Fincham. Hope you're all right. Son, hope you recovered. BK, Tim, hope you're well. Bob Bailey, John Grigg, Patrick. Got lots in actually. More than I thought. Jamie Power, hello. Hope you're well. Damo, Jorgen, hello, everybody there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to let these games get to half time. You can see we've got a couple of potential opportunities here, really, in the Lazio game and the Celta Vigo game. Obviously, if goals go in any of the other game, these things will change slightly. Small value on one more goal at Zaglibi, but nothing for 2 or there for me. I would want to be back in 2 ahead. I'd kind of look where we've got certainly 2 or 3 greens. I'm not really interested in the 4.5, 4.5 market here, but like there, that looks a nice little pattern across there. Had a mail, I mentioned it in the pod today. Can't remember what I said in the pod a long time ago now, but had a mail or text, I can't even remember, about how's this different from other online things. I think most online, I mean, I guess what they're referencing are things like couldn't remember the name in the pod, the things, I think they call them the scanners. I don't use them, so I've no idea, but I have seen them, where they have these momentum graphs and this, that, and the other. They're fine, but I'm not saying there's going to be goals. Those are trying to predict when there's going to be goals, so people are backing at high momentum or dangerous attacks or whatever it is they have. I never see any mention of price, and if you do that and bet it every time. So here, there might be a goal. Is there value backing it at 1.33 time and time again? We can see that there actually is, and you'd make money if you could get that scenario every time. That's what I would say is the biggest difference. I don't pay any attention to trying to predict goals. I've said this loads of times. I'm not a goal whisperer. I work purely on maths and numbers, and the more bets I can have in this sort of area here, and I keep repeating it and I keep doing it thousands and thousands of times, and that's the key, is just being consistent, not trying one thing one day and another thing the next day. And that didn't work for me for 2 days, so I'm going to do something else. It's just repeating that process week in, week out. One of my concerns with this, which I've already mentioned in the last couple I've done, is people betting every green square. You know, we won't release this to you without, for instructions on how I use it and how I think you should use it. Obviously, people will still go off and do their own thing and fuck it up. That's human nature. That's what happens. But I'm not saying, you know, when I posted those ones over the weekend, I posted a game yesterday, I think, and 2 games tonight, 3 games tonight. I'm not predicting there's going to be goals. I'm saying it's a good spot to get your money in. In fact, Simon's in here, poker player. If you talk, when I used to play poker, talk about a good spot to get your money in. And if you keep doing that, if you keep getting your money in a good spot in the right place, you will make money. Unfortunately, gamblers don't do that, and they are more concerned about there will be another goal. And the prime example was when I showed this for the first time, and one of, you know, long FTS member, oh, is there any value in City? Because he was just thinking of goal, there'll be another goal. And I kind of proved that there wasn't value in City, and actually there wasn't a goal. But just if a goal does come, that doesn't mean it's a good bet or good value. So hopefully that's all I want to really try and get across to people over a period of time. And I appreciate that I'm smacking my head against the disc. I've done a few times this last week. But there's 2, 3, 4 of you that hopefully will get it. And we'll get there. So you can see Lazio Cagliari. You know, at the minute I've taken all the filters off. I'm going to put them on in a minute just to show you the difference. Lazio Cagliari is 1-1 at half time. There's value in, you know, we've got a 117. If I just hover over that, I need to click on it. Hold on there. So out of 34 games in Italy where it's been 1-1 in this XG bracket, 29 of them had a goal, 85%. Second half goals ran about 78%. And you're getting a price in Betfair of 124 against 117. And 2 goals has happened 53% of the time, and you're getting a price which is 1.89 roughly, and you're getting a price of 216 on Betfair. And if you wanted to go to 3, it's happened 11 times. And that's, you know, you've got to bear that in mind, the percentages. You know, even this here, it does only happen, well, that's green, it does only happen 53% of the time. So you're still gonna, you know, if we can maintain that strike rate, you're still going to lose 47% of the time. Hopefully, if we can get it to sort of 55, 56, 44, you're going to do quite nicely out of it, but you're still going to lose 40% of the time. And I think that's where people have got to understand the maths of that. That's why I want to be doing a lot of work on over the next year or so. And Celta Vigo, exactly the same. So coming up 36 minutes. I mean, this looks like it'll be a really good game to trade. I love these sort of prices when you're getting up well over 2 for 2 goals ahead. I like those games to trade because if a goal goes in, you get a nice movement, and it's understanding that price movement where you make your money, what you enter at, what you exit at. And you can see with 36 minutes to go, you know, the Cagliari games at half time is 2.16. This is 2.3 still with, you know, 6-7 minutes of the first half to go. So then if I put the brackets on, so those of you who saw me run the previous in-play tool or the Excel in-play tool, which I do still run, you know, ultimately this will look to supersede that in time. I always used to do greater than 2.76 and odds on over 2.5. So I can click over 2.5 filter, and you can see there. If I'll just take it off again. So if you see, you've got a sea of green at Celta Vigo. If we put the over 2.5 filter on, we get an instant response, and it's actually almost level. Cagliari game is actually gone up a bit in value. We've got 88% to 2.14, and again there. So I do tend to use the filter. Evening, Sagsy. Hope you will. Late as usual. And you can put a home filter on it as well. So when you put the home filter on, or what you're tending to do then is reduce your sample sizes. So that, you know, I've shown it with all. You'd have to decide what you want to use. What you don't want to do is go, oh, I couldn't get a bet there, so I'll take that off, and then I could get a bet. I tend to like the 2.5 filter on because I tend to like games that are odds on, and then the only ones that show up that are greater than 2, if they're green, then they'd be the ones I want to get involved in. And you can see that Celta Vigo game, it's gone back, but the price is marginal, and it's, you know, it's knocking on the cusp. It's gone down to 43%, because that was at the start of the game over 2.5 in that game, and it drifted out from 2.64 to 305 today. So you know, this game was odds on. This game was 1.8 over 2.5. This had drifted right out. That's why you're getting that price. But when you include the filter of that over 2.5 price, it doesn't become as attractive as that, because that's including all games. So in effect, the games like the Lazio are getting included in that XG band. And when I put that on, it actually gives us a bit more accurate picture. So, when I posted this morning, I'm going to do this, and I can jump on a lot more with this now, particularly after the flipping gremlins have gone to bed. But we've only got them for another month. So I can start doing evenings. It's a lot quicker for me to set up. I don't have to prepare anything. I don't have to run Excel sheets. We can just jump on. So obviously goals may go in and change the outlook of these, but for me, this is the game that I'm interested in. Half time. What I do is I'll drip back 2 goals ahead. Lazio Cagliari. I will trade on a goal. For those who don't know how I bet this, if a goal goes in, if a goal went in, like if I do it now and the goal goes in 50 minutes, I'll remove my liability, and that gives me 40 minutes for another goal and a bigger win. If it went in a bit later, I might look at it in green. If then a single goal, when we get to about 70, 72 minutes, it's going to go something like 2.06. I would then cover whatever I've had here. I would cover there. So let's say I'd had £10 dripped in, 3 lots of £3.33 or whatever here. I would then have £10 at 2.06 on a single goal. If I get a single goal late on, I scratch. If you get 2 goals, some of you will have been involved in the Copenhagen game just a minute ago that had 2 goals after 90 minutes. Then you win the lot. So that tends to be. I've made strategy videos on this stuff loads of times, so people can go back and watch it. So this is the game for me, as the screen stands at the minute. As I say, if we get other goals anywhere else, it may change things. You weren't ever going to get much out of the Dutch Erste. This game had a goal in the first minute, and you think, oh well, that should get another one, but as of yet it hasn't. And there's small value in one more, but not much. But we'll see how that pans out when it gets to 65 and into the sort of closing stages. I'll be very surprised if we get anything out of French League 2. And we might get something out of Fulham Brentford, if like Fulham equalise or whatever. But we'll have a look. But the key to using this for you guys going forward will be patience, not trying to jump on every square, not if you have a loser trying to chase another one. And hopefully me doing these sessions and talking you through that when we do make it available to you, hopefully sometime in 2025, you'll have half an idea how to use it. And do feel free to ask any questions, crack any jokes, say anything you like. If there's any Villa fans in, hello. Hope you had a lovely weekend. Something about them parrot and blue kits in there. Don't like our stadium. Yeah, so there you go. So Lazio Cagliari, dare I say, fill your boots. Well, all the old lines. If we don't get a second half goal, I'll get a job. If I don't get a second half goal at Lazio Cagliari, Kerry Babe can take over FTS. There you go. You've watched the first half, no idea, haven't you? Any plans for a Christmas get-together, Tim? I like your thinking, Tim. I'm always up for a get-together. Anything that gets me out of here at the minute. Yeah, I mean, obviously Lingfield this year there was no meeting at Lingfield in September. We could have a little drinky, couldn't we? We could have a little meet up at the Betchamin and a drink. Yeah, why not? I'll get some dates together. I'm fairly free at the minute, so I can't really book anything in with the kids here. So I just escaped to the football. Obvious question would be the cost of the sheet. Well, it's not a sheet. It's an online, and we haven't really even looked at that yet. Obviously, it will be looked at. It'll be looked at as part of what offering FTS Advanced and that looks like online, and how we portion that up. I'd imagine, whilst we will still have yearly fees, I'd imagine we'll move a little bit more to a monthly pricing model as well. So, that's kind of in the back of my mind that will probably be, if you're an FTS Advanced member, it'll be something like 39 quid a month and an extra tenner to access the tools or whatever. Don't hold me to that. A lot of it will depend on development costs, how many users we've got, and the ongoing maintenance of that forward. But I do definitely envisage us moving more to, when we've got everything online, a more monthly sort of payment plan type thing for people. Yeah, so the home odds and over 2.5 odds, it's going in. Yeah, it's doing 101 to 1.99 for both. So you can have home odds on favourites and over 2.5, and you can have over 2.5 odds on against odds against. That's basically what it's doing. Again, we might expand that out so you can put your own filters in. Do bear in mind this is very much the embryonic version of that, and I've taken on board some of the notes people made. Somebody's asked there about who was it, Simon H, on a Saturday afternoon, would you narrow your choices further? Absolutely. You'll be able to filter this. You'll be able to do it by league, or be able to do it by XG. I will be filtering it by XG. I'll be looking at predominantly games over 2.7ish XG. And then you can just flick it off and see if anything else stands up. But in effect, I'd be doing over 2.5. And visually, I think it's, I mean, I like the visuals of it. I'm not talking about the color scheme here. We can look at that. But the visuals of this, because I, at the minute, just ignore red. So I don't get drawn to looking at stuff where all Excel cells are the same. I don't get drawn to looking at that. I just target green lines, basically. So I don't look at individual green cells like that. I just try and target green lines of data. It doesn't, Andy, because it's basically saying it's in that bracket when it's in that XG bracket. That's one of the things when you're running the Excel sheet, you kind of have got to decide what you put in it, because you've got to run 30,000 games to get a result. Where this just does it all for us. It's updating every 15 seconds. So this is doing it for us. So I don't mind looking at some other XGs here. Obviously, I come back to, on a night like tonight, you can have a look at everything. On a Saturday when there's tons of games going on, you'll probably want to have some form of filter. But that doesn't. It's basically saying if that was all green, it's value in that XG band. So as long as I'm getting the right prices for me, then I'd be absolutely fine. FTS beginner and ultimate, all the Miguel. Yes, I mean ultimately Miguel's asked this. I'm saying ultimately, and we talk about ultimate. So yeah, I don't see us ever departing Excel fully, because Excel does do things that that we cannot recreate online. And my NNIA sheet, Simon's asked about that will always remain Excel. I mean, that's something you get running in the morning. The functionality of my sheet I cannot recreate everything online. And people, we understand, have built systems with macros and things. So we won't ever fully depart from Excel. There'll always be an option to download it, but predominantly you'll be able to run ultimate and ultimate systems. Exactly, a research on Excel. You'll be able to run ultimate and ultimate systems. So you could build them in Excel, transfer them to this, and get your selections online without having to run Excel on a Friday. So once you build them in the summer, you'd just be able to log on a Friday and see your selections on screen. You'd be able to create an Excel file from that if you wanted to put it into BetAngel or any other automation. So that's kind of where we're going. We'll be very hybrid for the next couple of years, and then it will become bits of what can we recreate and what can't we. But I'm very keen to tell people we are not ditching Excel. I'm going to move a lot away from it, but it's impossible to ditch it for me fully because of some of the stuff I do. So like I say, the NIA sheet I cannot build online currently, so I will still run that every day. Right, so Lazio's off and running. Obviously, Fulham Brentford is catching the eye as half time. I'd like to see, so and this comes to a section I've got there. Imri, I'll get to your point. So here, this is green, but we haven't got a massive difference in the prices. We've got 4 ticks here, 9 ticks there. So I tend to look at this at the minute when I've been using it. I look at it half time. I'll not do anything in the first half. You can look at early goals, and I've sort of played around with that a bit, but predominantly I look at it half time. I look at it 65 minutes. So we'll see what this game, while it's green, I'll see if we've got slightly bigger presence between the ticks on 65 minutes. I'd look at that. and then I'll look at it for late goals, 80 minutes onwards. So I'm kind of then as the games move up as we run out of time. So this game will disappear off the top, and that one will move up. So the only one that's really gone for me at the minute is here. But we'll keep an eye on Fulham Brentford. We'll keep an eye on Celta Vigo. And as I say, if they get goals going, the picture can change very quickly. So we'll just keep a little eye on them. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the very powerful. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next couple of years for you guys. We'll be able to achieve quite a lot for you. And as I say, most of it, the tech side, I'll leave to other people. I sort of say what we want. It's every 15 seconds it refreshes at the minute, Tim. I mean, we have only got it on a test server at the minute, so we kind of toned it down. Part of the scale out will be testing it, with lots of football, multiple users, that sort of thing. We're going to obviously have to upgrade servers and things, and speed, and we can be able to speed the time of the feed and that up, and if we want to. But for the moment, we've got it running 15 seconds. You'll see the screen flash every now and then. You'll just see a quick flash, and we're about 10-15 seconds behind Football 24 on the scores, and the price is a little bit behind on Betfair, but that can be speeded up. We've kind of it's only really me and Alistair on here at the minute, so we could just turn it down a bit. We don't need to. You can see at the top, it's just a development production at the minute. It's not. You can't see that actually. I thought you could see. You can't see the address bar. It's just a development site that it's on. Brentford score in the first minute again. No, 24th. Kerry, if we don't get a goal at Lazio, you're running the show. You're taking over, so I won't log on in the morning. You see that Celta Vigo game as the time's moved on now. It's gone green. But it's as I say, it's very close. 34 is pretty much bang on for the one ahead and two ahead. 34, 38, 73, 74. And obviously, if Lazio don't score, if this game, as the minutes tick by, it may well turn red. That doesn't mean you haven't got value. You've got value when you put your bet on. Obviously, at some stage, it is going to go to it can't stay green forever. If it stays 1-1, it will eventually go to the later the game goes. But we'll just let it run through. So while you're waiting, we could put the Spurs highlights up, couldn't we? Just to comment on the UI, I'm colourblind and can't distinguish between the colours you're using. It all looks green or brown to me. You can see there are shades of green, but the colours don't work. Okay, that's good feedback. I will raise that topic. It's not something my boy's colourblind. I should have thought of that, to be fair. That's something I will have a think of. As a point on that, are there colours online that you can see better than others? We can have a little toggle for colourblind people. Change the colour scheme. Is there two colours that would work? Oh, they're all coming out the woodwork now. All coming out the woodwork. Well, yeah, I mean, Alistair picked this sort of cerise colour. This for the colourblind people, this is a kind of cerise out the outline, and then green and red seem like the natural colours. Claret and blue, Tim. Yeah, could use claret and blue. Contrasting colours, not well. Would have thought green and red are contrasting colours, not close to each other. What, something like blue and yellow? Would that be, or does it not primary colours out? Black and white. Navy and white. Could have navy and white, couldn't we? With a little cockerel up in the corner. Claret and blue, they've gone away sulking. None left. I can only see black, white, grey, blue, and red too. Blue and yellow, not for me. Blue and yellow, yes. Blue and red too. Okay. I can only see black, white, grey, claret, and blue. Flipping it. Colourblind and had a century break. Well done. He potted the yellow 10 times and somebody just told him it was a 7. Red and white, the best up the barrel. Yeah, like you used to get on the comics when I was a kid, like the red and green square ones. Like they were like 3D, weren't they? One red lens, one green lens. We'll ship a pair of them out to everybody. No, not something I thought of, to be fair. Didn't even crossed my mind. I don't know whether the old headmaster's in tonight. I don't think I've seen him. He's probably past his bedtime, to be fair. He might he'll put that on his working list. He'll have been scribbling away. Colourblind. Yeah, I mean, that's the next phase of this. We'll be releasing it to a few users to feedback, really, once we've got it to where we want it to. We'll be to put it on a bigger server, put some login stuff on it, and then let a few people play with it and feed back to us as a bit of a focus group, and then we'll roll it out more from there. I hope to be in a position to do that just after Christmas. We'll be carefully hand-picking the people we roll it out to. No numpties allowed. I will include one of March Meadow and Yorgan, because we'll have a colourblind fix by then. So I'll include one of you to be our colourblind testers. Does Windows not have filters to change colour? No idea, Tony Oni. No idea. You're asking me about stuff I know nothing about now. But I know a man who does, and that's all that matters. And we'll speak to the old headmaster, and he can advise us. 56 minutes. Can the mins be highlighted for when chosen trading time appears in a game? I've no idea on that either. I mean, imagine if people are all picking different trading times. Yeah, maybe we can get that, but it'll light up. You can set a setting and it will colour up. We've already got one for when a goal goes in. We're going to make this so like whatever highlights for 10, 15 seconds so that people can see that changing. But these are all sort of things that, you know, we can't do everything, but if we can do something that's worthwhile, then we'll look at it. I've got no problem with that. If you wanted to say highlight 65 minutes, so it would went a different colour here. That's not too difficult to do, to put a different shade around there, shaded box. Colourblind friendly shaded box. And if you're not liking and subscribing, you ain't having it. So there, I've seen Kerry mention it. If you're not doing that, Kerry's going to jot your name down and you're out. Everybody's running now. Can they actually see if I like it or not? I've no idea. Kerry can. She's got eyes everywhere. Will this tool work in countries where Betfair's not available? Ooh. Yeah, because you'll be using because you'll be using our Betfair feed. In effect, you're using our Betfair feed. You won't need your own Betfair feed to do it. We're basically just we're just sending information to a table and then uploading it to a website. So yes, you will be able to see this. You'll be able to see this screen. I like them 65 and 80 would be useful. Okay, it's on the list. He'll hate me, the old headmaster. I'm coming back with all these different things. I think a nice navy and white base colour scheme would be lovely. Any thoughts on the orange one's chances in the US? I did say it in the pod today. I think I can't see him not winning. I've been reading a lot of stuff around that this afternoon, actually, and the markets say he's going to win. Momentum shifts, and some smart commentators say that he's not going to win. I just think when push comes to shove, a bit like Clinton, just cannot see America at this time voting a woman president in, let alone a black woman president, when push comes to shove. Be interested. It's going to be a circus, whatever way it goes. But yeah, if I kind of think he'll be close, but I do think he'll nick it. And if he doesn't, he'll start his election nonsense that he's been running for the last 4 years. Particularly if he loses to a black woman, for a bloke like that, it will absolutely destroy him mentally. He will not be able to mentally handle it. Oh yeah, and Derek's just said it'd be up to the Russians who win. That's a big valid point. There's so much of that going on. To try and pretend that's not going on is ridiculous. All that misinformation, and the effect it has. Michael Obama, here we go. Rest in peace, old Mickey McManus. I just cannot see it. But my views on him are well known. He's just a disgrace of a man. Yeah, Mark Holloran's filling your boots with a little bit of election. Not only does he do Strictly, he does American elections. Back him now. He wins Florida as they count the quickest, and he will win Florida, and the odds will tumble. That's probably some pretty sound advice. It's interesting. I don't bet on it. I just don't get involved in things I don't know enough about. So it's I looked at it when he went about 1.5, and I thought I should probably lay him because I didn't think those odds would hold up. And then he went back out to 1.8. But doing that, if you're going to do it to make it worthwhile, it's not something I'm doing it all day long. I'd have to do it for decent money. You'd have to start putting 5 figures down, and I'm just not going to put 5 figures on something I don't know a massive amount about. How much you read around it, it is an absolute knife edge. Dancing and politics, that's you, son. Dancing, politics, and pies. There you are, the specialties. So keep an eye on the Fulham game. Obviously, we got Lazio. Nothing's going to happen in these top 3 games to get us excited. Pie is a new Betfair special. Well, you could do. Which is what's the best? Bakers in Wigan? You can have no pies now machine. I know. Yeah, he has lost some weight, the boy. Have Green Haze. I can't remember what they're all called now. Galloway's, Green Haze, Muffin Man. What's the best pie shop in Wigan? Yes, he's lost a lot of weight though, the boy. Slimmed down. Right, all in on Lazio. Fill your boots, Lazio. Oh, Muffin Man by a mile. I knew he'd have one. I knew he'd have one he'd go for. You just throw it out there like that, and you knew he'd get one. So good to see Lazio games coming up. So if I wasn't in at half time, it's good. This sort of thing I'd look for. Really good value still on 65 minutes coming up. So in effect, if you weren't in at half time, you could go in now and have the same bet. Lazio was your KK trade. So yeah, well, they went 1-0 up in a couple of minutes, didn't they? Straight in and out, kid. Oh, I'm just pleased to see you are watching a game from this season. Did we? Oh no, it was Cup. Did we can play at the weekend? Mark, I didn't pay any attention to the FA Cup stuff at all. Were we get involved in that? I know we've got our Lincoln supporters involved tonight. They played. They're 4-0 up at Chesham. He was worried about that this morning. He was worried about Lincoln's record against non-league sides. He sailed it. Wigan won at the weekend. Well done, Mucker. Lovely. Please. I like you happy. I don't like you when you're all upset. I like you when you're all happy. Like me. Always cheerful. Oh, this house is lovely. Just the quiet. When they go to bed, just the absolute drop of noise. Spurs Wigan, get that. Spurs Wigan at our place. Beautiful. Nice little January day out. You could sit with me. I don't make any noise. I sit there quietly. An 8-year-old lad sat next to me yesterday. He was funny, I think he was. When Villa score, he said, if Tottenham score, he said, I'm going to turn to, because the Villa fans are right, guys. He says, when Tottenham score, the Villa fans, I'm going to turn to them and go like that. And he did. The 8-year-old stood on his chair going, Villa fans. Brilliant. Tottenham Wigan, son. You can sit with me. It'd be lovely. Have a lovely little day out. There's a value in the 2 ahead at Nacional, but not in the 1 ahead. Did Bolton go out? Did they? Bolton went out in the car. He would have. He must have had an amazing. I'm surprised I didn't hear from him. They've had a lovely weekend then. Bolton went out as well. In dearie me. See, I didn't. Let's have a gander. I didn't actually look in the. Let's predict he's off now. I genuinely didn't look at any of the cup games. English Cup. Let's have a little look. We're waiting for Lazio to score a goal. Oh, Gillingham went out against Blackpool. Walsall beat Bolton 2-1. Wycombe beat Maidstone went out. They won't be having their run this year. Peterborough were 2-0 down, came back to win 4-2. Wigan after extra time. Oh, against 10 men. Oh, he played 10 men for 76 minutes and couldn't win. Flipping dearie me, man. Oh, Sammy's team's through. Hat trick for McGuinness. Couple of penalties. Burton Albion, the old pedos went through. Reading through. Salford went through. What a shame. Yeah, right. Well, all sizing up for a Tottenham Wigan third round. Beautiful. The stove. Oh yeah, MK. I saw MK Dons were playing Wimbledon. I did see that. What's the atmosphere? Is that hostile? Because they absolutely detest Wimbledon people. Absolutely detest MK Dons, or did do. A bit like my mate detests Bolton. They absolutely hate them. Right, Kerry, you're 19 minutes out from running FTS. What gap do I wait for between my price and Betfair before going in? I'm kind of testing that at the minute. When I look at half time, I kind of like greater than 10 ticks either side, if we can get it. But really, I look for the one. Well, I've been really focusing on the ones that where you get standout value like this. So I think we had one. I can't remember where it was. The Oppenheim game, wasn't it? Where actually one of the numbers was wrong. We fixed that. But yeah, like this here, that stands out a lot more than that. If you can see my mouse. But we'll have running a load of testing stuff as well while we're doing this. So if you remember when I had the other machine, we just ran it, and I used to have a 5% margin on the price. I'm trying to move away from that into sort of tick so that we can give you a bit better instruction going forward. "18 minutes, Kerry. Lovely." Very good, very good, Dave. I like this time of night. Everybody's on a bit of decent form. You're obviously a bit more relaxed. That's good, that. It'd be Secco Saturday, and it'd be an hour behind because she'd be abroad somewhere. You'd have to adjust your clocks. Great atmosphere, but not friendly. Grand doors first. Loved it. good. That's it. Take the kids. Great. And this kid yesterday was great fun. It was very, very amusing. So you can see now Lazio game as we're getting into it. There's still tremendous value on another goal, but the 2 goals, obviously, you're running out of time. The value's disappearing. Not that many games will have 2 goals from this point onwards. In fact, we haven't seen the second half goal. Zaglibi Lubin we have, but nothing at Ajaccio, no at Lazio, nothing at Brentford, nothing at Celta Vigo. You lot have broken the second half. Goal. They only ran at 78%. You lot managed to get a 0 up, get a bagel up. I will blame you if a goal doesn't go in. I'll blame one of you. Suspended at Lazio. Damo, where is he? Damo and unsuspended. There we go. So Damo would have been on the case. It's coming up that it's a pen. Penalty. Suspended, not suspended. Pen, penalty. Go to VAR, not a penalty. Yeah. Oh, Jeff Stelling's been. Oh, we got our own Simon, whatever his name is. Tim's in for the job. You're out, Jeff. You're gone. Or do you do midweek nights, Tim? We're going to give you that. You can do the midweek nights. They most stick to Saturdays and Sundays. No problem, bro. Yeah. Back to the old Danny DeVito, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Part of me doesn't want the goal to go in just so I can give FTS to Kerry and fuck off. Let her run it. Just sit back and watch it. Shagley Blue. There you are. Goal at Lazio. Market's obviously going to reset. You have to manage your position. It's not a great time for the goal because it depends what it's going to reset at. Oh, get in. He's up and there jumping. Depends obviously what you dripped in your average price. And then you see we've all gone a bit pear-shaped here as it picks up the latest info. Kerry, you're safe. I'll do it another season now. So you can see 2.2. So, trade your position, whatever suits you, get out. So I'm sure some people sit on it and hope for another one. My only advice with things like that is if you do this and you remove liability, you do it all the time. If you green up, you do it all the time. You don't duck and dive because you ain't good enough to get it the right ones. I'm a liability remover And this goal's too late to make any difference to that. But normally I'm a liability remover and sit on it if a goal goes in early after we've put the bet on. Kerry's like, thank God. It'd have been entertaining, Kerry. It'd have been great just to sit back. I might have even gone and bought a little cigar just to sit back and watch it. There is this is the sort of game. See, coming up 80 minutes. If we hadn't been involved, you start seeing. But there's only 13 games. I'd like to see, 20 plus there. But you can see now there's still tremendous value for another goal. Ken's gone. Oh, we got a red card for Callery now. It's all happening. Yeah. Ken's a split stakes, 25% over 3.5, 75% over 2.5. Yeah, it's another way you can do it. There's lots of ways. I'm still here till now there's double red cards. There are 2 red cards. It's come up red card twice on the. Oh, there you're getting some jiggery pokery in the pricing. Well, they have. They've had 2 sent off. Yerry Mina and Michelle Adopo. No discipline, see? Yeah, 2 gone. They've had a successful couple of minutes, haven't they? Penalty, gone 1 behind, and down to 9 men, all within 5 minutes. It's a bit like how quickly Villa unravelled yesterday. Yeah, remove your liability now. Yeah, I wouldn't be chasing. Having had that bet, I wouldn't be chasing another goal now. I mean, the tremendous value, as you can see up there, but it's only a small number. But I would just manage your position. I've taken my money out. You see me glance over that side, I'm doing something. If I look that way, I'm looking at that screen you see. If I look that way, I'm doing something else. As I say, my only thing with that is just try and be consistent what you do. Even with beginner, we've had people trade some, do fixed odds some. To be good at this game, you've got to try and be consistent in your approach all the way through it. Staking, how you enter games, how you exit games. The idea of that other room is just to get the in-play room is just to get people doing or in the same thing every single time. That's where people go off script, and and I appreciate in this room there'll be people who do things differently, and I'm never going to change them, but we try. So this got our clocks pretty much spot on, haven't it? Do any leagues give better value than? Yeah, I mean, I just think football in general. The Dutch leagues, for example, very difficult. Yeah, I mean they're the biggest 2. You look at the 2 Dutch leagues, horrific. Then you've got leagues that you just don't get goals, and it's difficult. Things like French League 2. I know there's value there now, 81 minutes, but it's not what I'd get involved in. Segunda. I tend to like things like the Bundesliga personally. Italy can be good. Championship can offer up some decent value despite what people think of it. Good league for first half goals and things. So yeah, I mean a lot of that's just down to football and the perception of it. And as I say, the 2 Dutch leagues are the biggest example. If you come on here on a Friday night, that'll probably be all red. I am going to do a beginner session. I'm hoping to do it. I was hoping to do it this week, but I think it's probably going to be next week. I've got to go up to London tomorrow. I think I've got the kids one day, so yeah, it's just. But I am going to do. I'm doing an ultimate plus on session and a beginner sort of Q&A session, and they will be sometime over the next 10 days or so. So Glebe Lubin, there has been a goal in the 95th minute. You see 15% of games have a goal, and that's now gone up probably another percentage point or two. Yeah, international. Yeah, so next week will be a bit quieter. I won't have to. It's running the football every day and doing results up every day. I mean, that takes sort of half my day up. So having not to do that next week will be a bit more time. So we'll probably get those 2 sessions in next week. I'd like to have started off to Scotland again. I enjoyed it up there, but with 2 saucepans here, I'll be locked away in here making videos. Fulham's about square. And that's the thing, all these sort of things. Oh, I've not won there, so that's green. I'll have a bet there. That's what you guys have got to get under control if we let this loose on you. Red card at Hetafe then. All of a sudden, all the red cards are going, and be interesting to see how that changes this. Bang on. More bets. Give us more bets, Ian. One more bet. Just want to have a bet. Fulham are pressing, but Toothless in front of goal. Good win for Brentford if they win that. I don't know what to make of that Silver at Fulham. Times I think he's quite good, and then they have a few dodgy results. Obviously didn't pan out for him at Everton. He's been pretty decent wherever he's been. So filtering, highlighting the goal times, highlighting the goal time on certain periods, and fixing the old colourblind. Put them on my list. Oh, when the Spurs go marching in. The old Farmers, haven't we, at the weekend? Ipswich haven't won yet. Last time a team was winless, played us, they won. Mr. Fincham, Dr. Spurs may come to your aid, my friend. Well, we'll take this Fulham game to 80 minutes, but it's looking, you can see the sea of reds that are appearing. So yeah, you just got to be patient. But as I say, I'm hoping that we'll have a little toggle up here. You'll be able to flick to lay prices and do some laying as well. Lazio. Away kicks claret and blue. But the rugger Saturday, England, Australia. Been to, it's not Twickenham now, it's the Allianz Stadium or something. I haven't been there for a good while. Last time I went England, Wales, I really enjoyed it. Right, cheers, March Meadow. Thank you. I'll look into the colour blindness. Thanks for your input. Very helpful. I'll just take this Lazio game to a conclusion. See if the Fulham game's showing any promise. It's not looking like it. The game in Portugal's got nothing about it. We could have come on here, there'd be nothing. So think yourselves lucky that we had one and there was a goal. And we got the full ticket in the Gaza in the room. It's all been good. It's getting to the stage that some of this is almost idiot proof and you can't fuck it up. But looking at some of the names in here, I know they can. Yeah, no, that's it. No offence to anybody. Looking around going, is it me? Is it me? They know who they are. Is the old West Ham fan in here tonight? A West Ham fan email me. He made fact to my taking the piss out of West Ham. He said the lives are becoming hard watch because I keep taking the piss out of West Ham. Don't be shit. Simple, isn't it? Right, team. It's looking like a sea of tea everywhere. Rather than leave you all hanging on, I don't think we're going to see much else happen. Let's just get the final whistle in Italy. And then I'll leave you to it. I don't know if there's any football on tomorrow, is there? I haven't looked yet. A bit of. I keep forgetting that Oxford are in the Championship. There's a bit of Champions League. We don't cover that. A few Championship and League One games, 7:45. I'll have a look in the morning. I might leap on in the morning. I might leap on again tomorrow for those. Let you lot keep me company. It's better than doing it on my own. Right, this game is about to die. Just going to see the final whistle and then I'll know. Cheers, boys. Thank you ever so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you for attending. Up at Cardiff. As I say, I want to do a lot of it because I want to get you as prepared to use it as we possibly can, alongside videos and things. I just think if you keep going through it, you'll get used to what to look for. Good old like and subscribe. Yeah, come on, I love her. See, she's always sticking to it. Ian, if I don't speak to you before, good luck at the weekend. I hope it goes well for you and that we only beat you by 2 or 3. And if we do, I won't mention it. That's one team I won't mention a word if we beat Ipswich. I won't even put it in a newsletter, nothing. I'll be like that, tight-lipped. That's the Villa. No problem. Have that. Dirty team, weren't they? Oh, visual. Honestly, I can't show you, I don't think, but my Netflix thing is, I mean, I don't use it much, but it is horrific. You put Netflix on, you get the recommended for you. All it is kids' TV now. And you say Bluey, he loves Bluey, and there's another Blues thing, Blues Clues. Oh, how annoying is that? That's got to be one of the most annoying things I've ever seen in my life. I don't know how they keep watching it. It just repeats the same old shite, and they just love it. Mark's chuckling away at me having to endure all this shit. Where's Mark? I've got Netflix on here. It's just ridiculous. Chip and Potato, and Baby Thin Dance Time, Mermaid Magic, or Unicorn Academy. It's horrific. Hospitality box for the Norwich game. Nice. Nice. See, walk in circles. Right, how many minutes? I know they had a couple of red cards, so we'll sit here for about 4 hours now. Right, well, the one thing we've convinced ourselves, Brentford's got to 80 minutes coming up. Nothing there. Wouldn't touch it with a barge pole. Nothing there. Wouldn't touch any of this. Late night with Ian. There you are, there you, son. Fungus, how are you, son? Why, hi, man. Lovely to see you. Oh, and Tim. If Tim's still here, he might have gone. I'm gonna get a Christmas drink sorted. I like that idea. That's been the best idea of the night. Get all the colourblind stuff. Let's meet up and have a little drink. Damo, you coming down? Let's get a little Christmas FTS drink in town. Right, I can't sit here and watch this anymore. I need to go and have a piddle. Right, Damo, I'll get a date sorted. Right, I'm leaving you to it. Kerry, I will see you tomorrow. I'll bring you a gift throwing salon. You come laden with hot cross bun, son. I'm there, and I will reciprocate. Right, I'm going to leave you guys. I may pop on tomorrow night. I'll do exactly the same. I'll just post. I won't post in the morning because I'm going uptown. I'll post it when I get back home if I'm going to jump on. I probably will because I've got nothing else to do, and I like hiding in here when they're here. And I'll see you all later. Like and subscribe. Thank you for coming on. See you later.